Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to add food and beverage products IndiaMART Enquiries to MS Excel. So are you also running a business related to food and beverages, and do you also use IndiaMART to sell your products online? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here, I'm doing the same. I'm running a food and beverage business and I use IndiaMART to sell my products online. So now to streamline my process, what I want is that as soon as a new inquiry is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details of that inquiry and that lead should be added to my MS Excel. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between IndiaMART and MS Excel. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So I'm going to do all of this so that I can convert my leads into paying clients. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to add food and beverages products IndiaMART Enquiries to MS Excel. So I manage a food and beverage business, as you know, and we regularly receive customer inquiries through IndiaMART. So to streamline our lead management process, what I want is that as soon as we receive a new inquiry from our IndiaMART, automatically the details of that inquiry and that lead should be added in my MS Excel spreadsheet. So this allows my team to have a centralized and organized view of all the incoming inquiries, making it easier to track customer details, product requests, and follow-up status. By automating this process, we save time on manual data entry, reduce errors, and ensure that every potential customer inquiry is addressed promptly, leading to improved customer service and sales. So to do all of this, we have successfully opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to add food and beverage products IndiaMART Enquiries to MS Excel. And then we are going to click on create, and as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. And for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART right over here because I want that as soon as a new inquiry is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for IndiaMART and then we are going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So with here I want that as soon as a new lead or a new inquiry is received, my workflow should be triggered or started. So I've selected the same as my trigger event, and as soon as we're going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our IndiaMART account and our Pabbly's workflow. So what we're going to do is first we are going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your IndiaMART account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab. So I'm going to follow the same. I'm going to open my IndiaMART account right from here, and as you can see that this is my IndiaMART account. And now from the left sidebar you can see lead manager, so we have to navigate to this lead manager. And after opening this lead manager, you can see menu button right over here. So we have to click on this button, and as soon as we're going to click it over here, you can see import export leads. So yes, we have to go through this to push API. And as soon as we're going to open the push API, it is asking me to select the source. So over here in my workflow, you can see that it is saying choose other in the select source option. So I'm going to follow the same. I'm going to select the source as other. And as soon as we're going to select the source as other right over here, it is asking me for the CRM platform name and the webhook listener URL. URL. So again, we are going to open our help text and it is saying enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. So we are going to follow the same. We are going to enter Pabbly Connect right over here, and now it is asking me for the webbook listener URL. So we're going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And after doing all of this, I'm going to click on save details, and as soon as we're going to click on save details, it is asking me for the reason. Why do I want to move the IndiaMART leads and inquiries to another application? So I'm going to select one of these reasons, which is I can easily assign leads to my sales team and manage their performance. And then we're going to click on click to generate OTP. You can select any another reason too. So I'm going to click on click to generate OTP, and now it has sent me an OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP right over here, and after entering the OTP, I'm going to click on submit. And as soon as we're going to click on submit, yes, you can see that we have successfully added the CRM platform name and the webbook listener URL right over here. And over here you can see that integration is live. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our connection between our IndiaMART account and our Pabbly's workflow. But over here you can see that it is saying waiting for a webbook response, and in the notes it is saying now log into the application where you have added the webbook URL and do a test submission / record so that the data can be recorded here as a webbook response. So what we have to do is I'm going to open my another IndiaMART account, and with the help of that account we are going to generate a new lead, or we are going to submit a dummy inquiry so that we can capture the response for the same right over here. For that I'm going to open that account, and as you can see that this is that account. So what we have to do is we have to search right over here. So I'm going to look for Magnet Brain Software Technologies. So I'm going to search for it, Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited. So I'm going to open this, and now over here you can see Pabbly Connect. So you have to click on this contact supplier, and as soon as we're going to click on contact supplier, it is saying write your message here. So I have to enter the inquiry here. So I want the inquiry to be looking to source 150 kg of organic rice and 500 liters of freshly squeezed orange juice for my restaurant. Please provide pricing and packaging options and delivery timelines. And then you're going to click on submit right over here, and now it is asking me for the company or business name. So if you wish, you can definitely add it right over here, but this is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank and click on submit directly. And as soon as we're going to click on submit, it is saying your details have been sent to Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited. Thank you. So yes, with this we have successfully sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So yes, we have successfully did the test submission, and now I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response for the same or not. So I'm going to close this window right from here, and yes, you can see that we have received a response. Over here you can see the response details, you can see the unique query ID, you can see the subject, or you can see the state, pin code, phone number, and also the name. We are going to move on forward. You can see the mobile number too. I'm going to show you the query message also. Over here you can see that this is the query message, which is I want to purchase empty mineral water bottles, kindly send me the price and the another details. So you must be wondering that our query message was different and this is a different message. So yes, because I'm using a test IndiaMART account, that's why I've received a default response. But if you're using a live IndiaMART account, which is a real IndiaMART account, you're going to receive the details of your leads and also the inquiry messages of your leads only. But over here I have received a test response because I'm using a test IndiaMART account, and that's why this is the default response which I have received. So where you can see all the details received as my test response. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step because we have successfully received the response. And now what we have done is that as soon as a new IndiaMART lead is submitted, automatically the details would be captured right over here in our workflow. So now with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now we are going to move on towards our action step. So for my action application, I'm going to select it as Microsoft Excel because I want to add the lead details in my Microsoft Excel account. So I'm going to look for Microsoft Excel, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now it is asking me for the action event, so I'm going to select the action event as add row to worksheet, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we're going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Microsoft Excel account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we are going to click on connect with Microsoft Excel. And as soon as we're going to click on connect with Microsoft Excel right over here, you can see that Pabbly is asking for some permissions. So over here I'm going to move on down, and over here we are going to click on accept because our data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on accept and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because your data is also secure with Pabbly. And as soon as we are going to click on accept, you can see authorization successful. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our Microsoft Excel account with our Pabbly's workflow, and over here you can see connected. And now it is asking me for the workbook name. So over here you can see the name of my workbook is IndiaMART Enquiries. So I'm going to select the same right over here, which is IndiaMART Enquiries. So I'm going to select the same. And as soon as we're going to select the workbook name, it has automatically selected the drive ID. So we don't have to change this. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the worksheet name. So here you can see that I have only a single worksheet in my workbook. So we are going to select the same only, which is sheet 1. And now it is asking me for the column A, B, C and D, which is name, email, phone and inquiries. You can see the same details which we have entered right over here in the columns of our workbook. So what we have to do is we are going to enter these details one by one right over here. But we are not going to enter it manually, but we are going to map it. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected IndiaMART as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm going to give you an example that over here it is asking me for the name, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to enter the name right over here, Prabhat, manually. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But if we are going to map this from the previous response, you can see the name of the sender, which is Prabhat. So let's suppose that we are going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So same, we are going to map the email, phone number and inquiries too. So I'm going to look for email in my previous response. I'm going to look for email right over here, and as you can see the email, so we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. We are going to map the phone number too. So I'm going to search for phone in my previous response, and as you can see the phone number, so we are going to map it. We are going to map the inquiry too. So I'm going to look for message right over here in my previous response, and as you can see the message, so we are going to map it. And after mapping all of these details, I'm going to click on save and send test request right over here. So as soon as we are going to click on this button which says save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully added these rows in our workbook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Microsoft Excel and check for the details added. So I'm going to open it right from here, and we are going to refresh this workbook once. And as soon as we are going to refresh this workbook, yes, you can see name Prabhat, you can see the email, the phone number and the inquiry added. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow and we have successfully added the details of our new lead or the inquiry received to our Microsoft Excel account or Microsoft Excel workbook. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow, and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for our trigger application, we selected IndiaMART, and then for the trigger event, we selected new leads. For our action application, we selected Microsoft Excel, and then for the action event, we selected add row to worksheet, because I wanted that as soon as a new lead or a new inquiry is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details for the same should be added in my Microsoft Excel too. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the details added during this video with the help of my workflow. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now we don't have to come back in again to our workflow and click on save and send test request. As soon as the new lead is received, automatically the details would be added. We can just sit back and relax, and this workflow will work in backend. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.